class, welcome again for the next lesson. The lesson today we are taking attention to the last unit or objective of evolution, and that is about natural selection in action. Previously we learned about natural selection, and we say that that is a theory that was postulated by Charles Darwin. He came up with natural selection where he said that nature select and favor organisms with advantageous characteristic, and at the same time it eliminates those with less advantageous characteristic. We want to look at examples of natural selection in action. Natural selection. One, we have industrial melanism is one of the example of natural selection in action. We also have resistance of pathogens to drugs and antibiotics. We have plant resistance to mineral toxicity. And lastly, we have sickle cell trait in humans. Those are examples of natural selection in action. Now, natural selection in action based on industrial melanism. This one takes us back to history a bit, and this history is in Britain. In Britain, where we had industrialization, and in the area where we had industries, due to the industries, there was a lot of smoke production. The production of smoke made the environment within the surrounding of the industry, the tree trunk to be having a soot with a black reflection, because soot is black. So the tree trunk and branches in the areas where we have industries were appearing black. Contrary to that, areas in the rural were with tree trunks and branches that were having a white background. Now, we have two types of moth. In scientific, we call them, scientific naming, we call them Biston betularia. This Biston betularia, commonly known as a peppered moth, we have one that is melanin pigment, and we have the other one that is black peppered moth. So the melanin and the black peppered moth. When you look at those two moths, you discover that one is having slightly light color and the other is having dark color that is not clearly seen. You can't in fact see the features of that organism properly. These two peppered moth, the melanin pigment was well adapted to stay in rural areas, while the black peppered moth was well adapted to stay in industrial area. Why? In a rural area, as earlier mentioned, we have tree trunks because their habitat is on the tree trunk. We have tree trunk that have the white background. The reason why they have white background is because of the lichens on the tree trunk. So this moth, melanin, well adapted to stay in rural area. This black peppered moth, well adapted to stay in urban area, where we had industries that were producing smoke. The smoke landing on the tree trunk and branches made the background of the trees to be having black color for the soot. Therefore, when this black peppered moth lands on the surface of the tree trunk and branches, which is appearing black, they camouflaged very well with the background. Therefore, the predators that feed on them, which are birds, could not be able to see them. So they are not easily seen and eaten by the predators because they have camouflaged. The background is hiding them or favoring them. Melanin peppered moth visiting the black trunk and branches. They camouflaged. The black peppered moth, they camouflage with the black background, and they are effectively hidden. Hence, their population remain, allowing them to give rise to new offsprings. The black peppered moth are therefore well adapted for survival in industrial area. In rural area, most white peppered moth survive to maturity and reproduce more because they are effectively camouflaged by the white background on the tree trunk and branches due to the presence of lichens, as I've already stated earlier. Black peppered moth cannot survive to maturity in case they are in the rural area. Reason? Because they will be exposed to their predators who will feed on them and reduce their population. Why are they being exposed? They are black, and when they land on the tree trunk and branches in rural area, which are giving a white background, they will be exposed to the predators who are the birds. They will feed on them and reduce their population. Conclusively, the black peppered moth, well favored or well adapted, nature select and favor them in urban area. White peppered moth, well favored, nature select and favor them to stay in rural area. If the vice versa happens, then the population of each of them will be affected because they will be exposed to their predators. Resistant to drugs, antibiotics, and pesticide. Organisms that have allele of genes that make them resistant to chemicals, they survive and pass on their trait to their offspring. Those which do not have the gene of resistance are eliminated with the drug. Where does the resistance gene come from? Due to prolonged exposure of this organism to the same drug over a period of time, they become used to that drug or that antibiotic or that pesticide. When they become used to, they develop a gene of resistance. With the gene of resistance, they grow, that gene is passed on to the offsprings that are born afterwards. Due to that, the ones that are born afterwards, they are resistant to the pesticides or to the antibiotics. This gives reason why some Plasmodium parasite resist some antibiotic drugs that are made for the purpose of clearing them. This gives the reason why some pests resist some pesticides that are made to be able to eradicate or control them. On the same aspect is that now the sickle cell trait in human. Nature select and favor organisms that are sickle celled when it comes to matters to do with malaria. The sickle cell individuals are resistant to Plasmodium parasite, while those that are not sickle cell are prone to be attacked and affected by Plasmodium parasite. Why? Because the ones of sickle cell, their red blood cells are known to be crescent shape. And with the crescent shape, it is a reduced surface area compared to the normal person who have the biconcave shaped red blood cell. So this sickle cell anemia with their crescent shaped red blood cell, Plasmodium parasite cannot survive inside the red blood cell of the sickle cell anemia. As a result, therefore, being resistant to Plasmodium parasite and therefore not attacked by malaria. That one gives them an advantage. And we say, therefore, this nature select and favor sickle cell people against the normal people in matters to do with the Plasmodium parasite, the one that causes malaria. That one marks the end of our topic, evolution. Thank you very much for listening and have a good